Now come to the second part of focal onset seizure, which is focal onset seizure with dyscognitive feature. Now please tell me, according to the old classification, it was previously called as complex partial seizure. Very good. So I have told you that simple partial seizure was never a part of epileptic syndrome. Remember, I told you that they are usually almost always associated with a cause behind simple partial seizure, maybe tumor, maybe tuberculoma, neurocystic psychosis, ischemia, etc. But here, remember, focal onset seizure with dyscognitive feature as complex partial seizure almost always associated with epileptic syndrome. Almost always associated with, and most common syndrome, which is it is called mesial temporal lobe sclerosis or epilepsy. Mesial temporal lobe sclerosis or epilepsy. Okay, I will come back to this later. So complex partial seizure, what will be the clinical features? There may be a history of febrile seizure in childhood. It can be mentioned in questions, so you have to look for it. Simple minute details, always, because now in nowadays the questions come in like a clinical approach type questions, and you have to carefully note each and every minute details given in the questions. Okay, so there may be associated with history of febrile seizure in childhood. Here, intact awareness not present, इसका मतलब है there will be loss of consciousness. LOC will be there. Remember, in SPA, simple partial seizure, there was intact awareness, no LOC there was there, but here LOC will be there. So how will a patient will present with CPS, complex partial seizure? Remember 3A. First, the patient will feel something growling inside his body, that is called aura. Okay, it may be abdominal, most commonly it is abdominal, maybe visual, or maybe sensory. Okay, most commonly it is abdominal. It will feel something is trying to come out from his abdomen, and he will feel like nauseous. Okay, then suddenly the patient will give a motionless stare. Okay, and remember this, during the episode of motionless stare, it will occur for a brief period, very brief period. LOC will occur, loss of consciousness will occur during this motionless stare. Okay, you have to remember this. Okay, then second is for automatism, like lip smacking, lip chewing, etc. Third A is amnesia, which is anterograde, meaning patient will not remember what has happened during that particular episode. Okay, loss of memory of that particular episode. So just remember the sequence. First, patient will feel abdominal aura, maybe visual, maybe sensory, but most common is abdominal aura. Then he will give a motionless stare, during which LOC will occur, loss of consciousness will occur. Then he will start lip smacking or lip chewing, it will occur for a very minimum period of time. Then what will happen? Anterograde amnesia. Patient will not remember what has happened during that episode. I forgot to mention one thing here. In CPS there may be postictal confusion or disorientation, which was not present in simple partial seizure. Disorientation. Okay, guys, do not see the picture first. Okay, first listen to my words, then I will come back to this picture. I was talking about the clinical features of CPS in the previous slide. Now I am telling that in simple partial seizure I told you that interictal EEG will be normal, but here EEG has an important role in diagnosing. Here EEG will be abnormal, obviously. Usually in complex partial seizure it indicates pathology in temporal lobe, very important. And if you want to know that which area will get more affected in temporal lobe, it is hippocampus. Okay, now come to this picture. Yes, this is a T2 weighted MRI. This is temporal lobe, and the thing I am marking with red color is the hippocampus. Okay, what are you seeing? That there is a hyper intense, both sides hyper intensity, and not symmetric, asymmetrical hippocampus. Okay, and hippocampus is small sized in both cases, more in right than left. Okay, so what will be the features in MRI? Number 1, affected area is hippocampus, abnormal hyperintensity, small sized, and asymmetrical. And this abnormal hyperintensity is the sclerosis. So guys, this is the picture of mesial temporal lobe sclerosis. That's it. You have to know just these facts. Okay, if this picture usually don't come in question, but if it comes, you can easily identify. Yes, it will be given like this prominent feature with such type of markings: sclerosis, dense hyperintense area, abnormal hyperintense area, small size, asymmetrical, hippocampus or temporal lobe, and you will have to diagnose it as mesial temporal lobe sclerosis. And certainly there will be points in favor of complex partial seizure in the given questions. Okay, now come to treatment. Complex partial seizure is a very refractory to medicine treatment, so other than medicine, what can be done? Yes, surgery, hippocampectomy. Okay, that's it.